What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I've got some updates for you on state-level stimulus checks. And this is your stimulus check update. Now, take a look at this one, you guys. Florida Democrat wins special election after promising $1,000 checks. And just to clarify, this is not a one-time payment. She's saying universal basic income, or UBI, reoccurring $1,000 every single month. Now, let me know your thoughts on this. We're seeing a whole lot of this pop up all over the place. I've been reporting to you cities giving out UBI. Now we're seeing states, and we've seen a lot of push in this to happen all over the nation. So UBI is becoming more and more popular, and here an entire campaign has been run on it, and she won. I'm going to give you all the details on this, you guys. Also, take a look at this. More state stimulus. In New York, the governor announces $230 million in additional food assistance for New Yorkers in January. I'm going to be reading the details for you, also letting you know about SNAP benefits around the nation, and also take a look at this, you guys. California, wow, sending more stimulus checks in 2022, a potentially third Golden State stimulus check. Well, here's what Governor Gavin Newsom has to say. And you guys, this is because the state of California right now is just flowing with money, stimulus provisions. This is exactly why we are seeing stimulus packages popping up on state, city, county levels. They have all this money left over of stimulus provisions, and in many cases, we're seeing stimulus checks. I'm going to give you all the details so you can get caught up as to what's happening right now on these various levels with stimulus. And also, wanted to let you guys know, thank you for all the support on that second channel, Steve Ram Finance. And if you're somebody interested in learning about growing wealth, personal finance, consider joining that channel as well. I'll pin a link in a comment down below. Hope it's going to help out a lot of people. But you guys, right now, let's get you caught up on stimulus, and let's start off by smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second, really helps out my channel a ton. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here, you can stay up to date simply by smashing the subscribe button and turning on that notification bell. Totally free to do so, and I'll keep you up to date. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. By far, best way to get a hold of me directly. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive right in and get you caught up on all these new articles coming out about stimulus. All right, so first up, link in the description below to this article that came out a few days ago that says Florida Democrat wins special election after promising $1,000 checks. Now, the article says after a largely self-financed campaign, wow, that promised universal basic income from the government of $1,000 a month for people making $75,000 a year or less, Democrat Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick, and sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, won a special election Tuesday to replace the late Representative Alcee Hastings in Florida's 20th district. Now, a home healthcare company executive, she will be the first Haitian American Democrat in Congress. Congratulations. Now, Cherfilus-McCormick, I'm just going to go with McCormick, was leading Republican Jason Mariner by 80% to 18%. Wow. When the Associated Press called the race less than 10 minutes after polls closed. 3 other candidates were also running as well. So she took it by a landslide, you guys, which either shows her personal popularity or the popularity of UBI, Universal Basic Income. Now, McCormick spent more than $2.7 million on that campaign, allowing her to blanket the district with TV and digital advertisements. Nearly all of the spending came from her own personal wealth. Wow, so she really wanted this position. She gave up a lot of her own personal wealth to run for this position. She reported raising only $135,000 from contributors through December 22nd. Now, she was asked, listen to this, what is your response to critics who say your universal basic income proposal is an unrealistic goal for one member of the House to accomplish? So questioning UBI, which was the foundation of her campaign. And she had this to say, any change that we've ever had, it started somewhere. In the beginning, they always say that it's unfeasible. These kinds of programs are being passed all around the country. And as I mentioned to you guys, we're seeing it on various city levels around the nation. Once we realize that we have so many people in our district who cannot afford to pay their rent, who cannot afford to pay for their electricity or survive right now because of the pandemic, then we realize how realistic it actually is. Now, on top of that, if we see how much we've been able to erode childhood childhood poverty through the child tax credit. We see that all of these things are feasible, but without the will or the want to, it's always going to be impossible because you don't want to do it. Wow. Let me know your thoughts, you guys, in the comments down below. A strong response there saying a lot of people are saying it's unfeasible, but they've said that about provisions in the past. And when we see how important these are to get them done, they will get them done. Now, also, we could also hear the rebuttal about inflation right now, which is at a 40-year high. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Do you think that this is something good that we should be doing and promoting, or do you think it's something that is going to hurt us in the end? Let me know your thoughts down below. But in addition to that, you guys, we're also seeing SNAP benefits. Take a look at this, just coming out a couple days ago. New York governor announces $230 million in additional food assistance for New Yorkers. Governor Kathy Hochul today announced that all New Yorkers enrolled in the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, aka SNAP, will receive the maximum allowable level of food benefits for January. All households participating in SNAP, including those already at the maximum level of benefits, will receive supplemental allotments later this month, bringing in roughly $230 million in federal funds into the state's economy. As we continue to endure the difficulties of the pandemic, too many New Yorkers are struggling to make ends meet, the governor said. These additional food benefits will play a critical role in eliminating food insecurity throughout the state as the cold weather puts pressure on families' budgets. These additional SNAP funds will provide much needed relief. Now, the emergency assistance supplement is provided to households that do not ordinarily receive the maximum allowable benefits per month on SNAP, a federally funded program overseen by the State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance. Those households already near or at the maximum level benefits, $835 for a household of 4, will receive a supplemental payment of at least $95 as well. So wow, an additional benefit. Now, SNAP households in all counties outside of New York could see the benefits posted between Wednesday, January the 12th and the end of the day on Friday, January the 21st. Those SNAP households in the 5 counties of New York City region should see their benefits posted between Saturday, January the 15th and the end of the month. So for those of you getting SNAP benefits in New York, looks like this is going to be coming your way here very soon. Now, in addition to that, link in the description below to the official website of the United States government for the USDA Food and Nutrition Services, U.S. Department of Agriculture. And here you can see acknowledgement of extensions for 2022 for all the states. They're going to be extending out those benefits as well. Take a look, you guys. Here's the list. I'm not going to read them off. You can see them right here on the screen, and you can also see which ones extended it out through December of 2021. The last extension, now this one's carrying it out an additional month through January of 2022, listed right here. So additional SNAP benefits going out around the country. And lastly, let's talk about California. Now, I mentioned this a little bit in some previous videos for you guys, that California had announced they were going to have more stimulus provisions. They had excess funds and they're trying to decide what to do. One of the things Governor Gavin Newsom had mentioned was universal health care for the state. And this would be a first of its kind. Now, in addition to that, we're hearing the surplus is so great that there could potentially be more checks. Now, we're going to be reading the details, as right now it's currently not proposed, but we will see. If you got too much money, what are you going to do? Take a look, you guys. Will California send more stimulus checks in 2022? Now, Governor Gavin Newsom on Monday last week unveiled a sweeping $286 billion budget proposal for the 2022 budget year. Now, while the budget as proposed does not include another round of Golden State stimulus checks, the governor left open the possibility for more tax rebates this year as the state figures out what to do with the massive budget surplus. In other words, saying it still could be a possibility. Now, one potentially large enough to exceed California's constitutional limits. So they will have to send out funds. Now, as of January's budget, California expects to exceed the GAN limit by $2.6 billion, according to the governor. Approximately half of the money will go towards education and the rest back to taxpayers in some form. But whether they will be distributing that in the form of stimulus checks, there's still not a yes or no answer just yet. So it is very much a possibility. That's an open-ended question. Newsom responded when asked about the prospect of such payments. At least part of the reason is that the project figure will most likely substantially change between now and May. So we could see a reduction in the amount of the surplus, which is when they revise the budget for the upcoming fiscal year, when that is going to be due. So we are awaiting more contemporary information and data, more reflected of what is currently happening before we had to put this budget to bed to ultimately make this determination. And ultimately, he believes that yes, taxpayers will receive some form of contribution. So it looks like a third check possibly could be coming your way. Now, what form and to what degree in terms of total amounts of dollars will be determined more closely in May, the governor said. So you guys, in May, California, you might be getting another third Golden State stimulus check. Congratulations. Well, you guys, that is the latest on stimulus checks, and as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second to smash that like button. Helps out the channel a ton if you appreciate the updates. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop onto Instagram at SteveRam3 and shoot me a DM, and I'll try to get you any answers to any questions that you might have. But with that being said, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Hope that you and the family have a blessed weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.